You told me, you told me to keep my eye on Rosa but she was thrown out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, she was going real quick. She was actually the first one out. And then, man, of all the people that you could have had as the final 2, I mean, put Kelly in there. You know, Jillian Hall, I mean, she looked brutal. That was horrible.
It was a terrible. I mean, the whole thing was bad. And then, the capper was when it was down to those 2, Jillian and Gail. You would think Gail's athletic enough to carry her, you know, like being like a Jericho with Hogan or something like that. But it did not work out that way. I mean, they were screwing up and botching spots, and it was bad. It was a train wreck.
And how fitting is it for Gail Kim, who was a top star over in TNA, a former TNA Knockouts champion, right? And she comes out, doesn't get it. This is what happens when you go to WWE. You go from being a top star in TNA to somebody that comes out alongside Kelly. No theme, no nothing, just paired up alongside Kelly. And it's just like, wow. I remember Gail from back in the days of TNA where she was so over with that Orlando crowd. And now she's side by side with Kelly using Kelly's theme. You know what I mean? I
thought that was weird. And I mean, even when she was in WWE the first time, she was kind of one of the bigger deals as far as the lady division. So I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with her now because she had that, and then what was it the week before on Raw? I forget who it was. Was it her and Mickie James? There was like an atrocious match she was involved in the week before too.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. It's just I swear people in WWE have this thing against TNA people. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Braden Walker or I'm forgetting somebody, Gail Kim, Braden Walker. Well, Gail Kim's not so bad. But there was another guy as well that I'm not really. Ron the Truth Killings, R-Truth. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, just people that come over from TNA just seem like they get completely jobbed. I mean, they tried to push Killings, but I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, but what they're doing is, I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot because these people are coming from TNA true, and I guess they're trying to, I don't know, I don't want to say punish them, but holding them back might be the more appropriate term, but that doesn't do WWE any favors either, you know what I mean? Either you want to feature them and make them stars, or you don't. I mean, if you don't want to make them a star and you just want them to be some, jerk-off, why even get them in the first place, you know what I mean? Why put them on TV? Why make it...
Yeah, but you know how WWE doesn't even see, I mean, they won't admit it, but obviously they see him as competition, especially with ECW drawing 1.1 ratings, 1.2 ratings. You know what I mean?
SmackDown's drawing 1.8, 1.9, so they're not much better either. Yeah, TNA's.
Right. I mean, SmackDown's been brutal as of late with that 1.9 rating that I think we put it up yesterday on the website. 1.9 is just, I mean,
bad. Yeah. And I mean, I don't watch it, but from what I hear, it's like an amazing show as far as wrestling quality matches every week. I hear it's like a really good show, but, I don't watch it, so I don't know that. But yeah.
Well, Friday night, you know what I mean, falls on a bad night. I don't know.
I mean, they could put it back on Thursday like the old school days. I still wouldn't watch it. I mean, I want to watch just the one show a week. That's good enough for me.
You think that would kill TNA on Thursday? You think, I mean, say SmackDown moved to Friday. Or moved to Thursday, head-to-head with TNA. You think TNA's rating would drop, or do you think they have that die-hard core base to watch TNA?
Here's what could happen. If they go head-to-head, TNA's rating could potentially go up.
Right,
because it would be like the old days where you're flipping back and forth, and if TNA has a better show on, you know what I mean? There's a bigger pool of wrestling fans watching TV if both shows are airing, because it's not the same exact audience. I mean, it's a lot of the same, but there's some people that don't watch WWE that watch TNA and vice versa. So if they're both on at the same time and you're clicking back and forth and you get more interested in one show or the other, that's the show that's going to have better than usual ratings. So it could be TNA, it could be SmackDown, you never know.
You get WWE Superstars down there or no?
Yeah, I got WGN. I don't watch it, but yeah.
Do you? Yeah. See, we don't have that.
Do you have that Fuse channel? I was trying to tell you something about that earlier. Do you have Fuse? It's like a music channel?
It's probably up a lot higher, huh? Not in the low channels.
They're gonna do a Jay-Z concert on September 11th when the CD comes out. I was just gonna tell you that make sure to watch that because I don't know.
I know you're a big Jay-Z mark, man.
Absolutely.
You had you sent me, what was it? The Blueprint. The
Blueprint 3.
Yeah, that's not too bad, man. Jay-Z is he's not bad. Not bad.
It's not as good as his past stuff, and a lot of people are trashing the CD, but there's definitely, I mean, of the good songs on the CD, it's better than anything else out right now. So.
Yeah, no doubt. You sent me that a couple days ago. I believe it was yesterday. Not bad, not bad. I don't hate on Jay-Z, you know what I mean? He's decent. It's not
You're
great.
more of a, Wu-Tang, Eminem kind of?
Well, I like the old school Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? Eminem as well. He's good for rap, so I don't know.
I'm gonna make an analogy between John Cena and Eminem when we get to his part later. I think it'll be a good one.
That promo last night was another John Cena promo where, you know, if they kept him serious, man, he'd be all right. I mean, I think people would eat him up if he was the serious John Cena. You know what I mean?
I'll talk about it right now then. All right, here's the comparison between Eminem and John Cena. Not just they're both white and in Detroit as far as last night's concerned, because Raw was in
Detroit. Let me say that Eminem's a lot more laid back, cool, chilled out, where John Cena is just, I don't know.
But here's my comparison.
Right.
Eminem, when he first came out, he was more goofy, more animated, more cartoonish, more MTV friendly, right?
Right.
But in any CD Eminem puts out, he's got those goofy, radio-friendly, MTV-friendly songs, and those are the ones little kids like, right? But the real rap fans, they buy a CD and they like the stuff that doesn't get played on the radio, because that's real, hardcore, awesome rap. John Cena.
I'm sorry, man. My bad. John, I got to the part. My bad, dude. You know what I did?
How do you accidentally mute me?
No, I know. Right when you were getting to the joke, too. That sucked. No, but we were having some problems in the chat room.
I see. Yeah.
With guest users that were coming in, and here's the deal for all you guests that were in the chat room that were talking it up. You got to go to TalkShoe.com. And you got to register and then log back in with your username and password. You guys can still hear us if you're in the chat room, but I had to block all of you because of one or two guys that screwed up for the rest of you. So I had to block all of you. But if you go to TalkShoe.com, register, and then I come right back in, we're good to go. Right?
Chat is up.
Chat is up. WZROnline.com/chat. So guys, go to TalkShoe.com, register. See you guys in just a few minutes. Sucks that, you know, one or two guys comes in and just ruin it for all the other guys. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it goes, man. What are you going to do?
Well, what are you going to do? All right, so back to your comparison. Let's start over. Start from scratch.
All right, John Cena and Eminem. Eminem has a lot of kid-friendly songs that teenagers like, that MTV likes, that the radio likes. But the real rap fans like to buy a CD for the stuff that they don't play on the radio because that's the real rap songs. It's not goofy. It's real.
Right.
And John Cena, he's like the same thing. He has both modes where he's goofy and cartoonish for the kid audience, the PG audience. But when he gets serious, people like me and you, die-hard, long-time wrestling fans, think, okay, now I see where, you know, John Cena is awesome when he wants to be. You know, otherwise he's just trying to play to the kids. But when he plays the serious John Cena, you know what I mean? That's when, he's damn good.
Oh, no doubt. You know, but I see where they're coming. I mean, you got to cater to kids, especially with the new PG thing. I mean, I know not all WWE programs PG, but he caters to a lot of kids. You know what I mean? As far as merchandising sales and just overall. I mean, it's a lot of things. I mean, they mix it up with him. You know what I mean? But it's far more corny than it is serious for the older fans. You know what I mean?
I would say it's more corny than funny though, because The Rock was the same kind of thing. I mean, his funny stuff, kids could like that. But the diehard fans could like it too because it was actually funny. It wasn't corny and goofy. John Cena's trying. I don't even know if it's John Cena or the way WWE produces it, because when they had his, you know, he wasn't on the whole show, and then right at the end they have him do a nice live backstage, not a pre-taped interview, a live backstage interview, and it's set up, and it just felt like one of the old Rock promos where they would show him on the Titantron late in the show, live, not pre-recorded, and he does his big animated interview. It just feels like an old Rock segment, and he's not The Rock. He's just not.
Tries to be. But he's not.
He does.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we're just going to, we're going to be force-fed what they give us anyway, you know what I mean? So there's no sense.
Well, believe me, man, compared to the rest of the show, that John Cena promo was amazing. You know, that's not one of the bad things on the show last night. That was actually one of the cute things.
I know. We just left off with that Divas Tag Team match. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it can't get any worse than that. Good Lord.
It kind of. Maybe it can. Keep looking down. We'll get to the worst stuff.
Jesus, Hornswoggle. Yeah, no doubt. What do we have up next? It was Chris Jericho and MVP. This was good. Thank God, because coming off that Divas match, I mean, it was almost time to tune over to football. We actually had Brett Favre. That's what I was doing last night, going back and forth. We had Minnesota Vikings playing over on ESPN last night for Monday Night Football. So it's going back and forth between Brett Favre's big return to the NFL last night. But Chris Jericho defeated MVP. What do you got for me?
I mean, you said it was a good match. It was a good match. It wasn't bad, but it could have, I mean, considering it's Jericho and MVP, it should have been better because I was watching that match pretty closely because it was a longer match. They had like a commercial during the intro. They had a commercial during the match. I mean, they gave it some time, so I actually got to see a good bit of it, whereas usually I got my back turned because I'm writing. But there was, I mean, I noticed at least 2 or 3 times where they blew spots. Like, I'm trying to remember.
I remember the finisher, or the finish of the match, where MVP went for the playmaker, and then Jericho reversed it into a Walls of Jericho, I believe.
Yeah.
And then tried to roll him up, and then when MVP got back up, Jericho hit the code breaker. Yeah. That was the end. I mean, I remember that part. But I mean, you've got Chris Jericho in there, who's probably the best worker in WWE right now.
He's the all-star of the company.
Right, without a doubt. I mean, as far as mic skills, as far as in-ring skills, I mean, that guy can carry a match. You can put him in there with the Big Show. You know what I'm saying? I know they're unified tag, but one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And the guy can carry him to a great match. You know, and that says something for a guy like Jericho. So, and then you've got MVP that he was in there against, which was, I mean, that worked fine too. You know, MVP's not that bad.
Yeah, he's very charismatic, and the crowd likes him. And he's got his little comedy spots with the ball in, you know, all that stuff. So, I mean, it's good.
Then we move on to, we had our first DX segment of the night with Dusty Rhodes, DX backstage. They all plugged their DVDs. We have the Rise and Fall of WCW. We had the DX DVD, and we had it's a Dusty Rhodes DVD, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that was just basically cheap plugs. It wasn't bad, you know what I mean? I mean, that stuff wasn't all corny. You said you had some stuff to tell me about the DX that you didn't like. I mean, I thought
I disagree completely. I thought it was terrible. First of all, to be fair, I hate those plug segments anyway. I mean, I know what they're doing. I mean, they're trying to act like they're not. It's a blatant plug, and it's not like they're doing it just for the comedy. They're doing it to bring more awareness to some of their products on their big show, their highest rated show, and I get that part, but they do it in a goofy way because they know it's blatant, so they have DX over the top say, go to WWE show, and with a big smile and all that crap. But they've done it enough. It's old. It's stupid. I'm getting sick of seeing it. And, my God, with 3 DVDs in a row, I mean, plug one thing if you're going to be that goofy about it. You don't need to plug an old-ass DX DVD, a really old-ass Dusty Rhodes DVD. You know, I don't know. And I hate
it was rehashed, you know what I mean? I mean, we've seen that before. We saw it again last night. And you know that they're going to continue to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it always gets that crowd laugh. I mean, you can get a crowd. I know it was a backstage thing, but you always get that. It's wrestling fans, you know what I mean? You could.
I would like to meet.
Corny. Huh?
I would like to meet the people. I would like to have it like somebody like a monitor run around, and anytime somebody laughs at something like that, put them in a special room, okay? Put them in a special room, and then when the show's over, come get me and say, all right, everybody's in the room that was laughing at the corny shit, and then bring me in the room, and I'm going to sit down with all those people that laughed and said, what the fuck is wrong with you? What were you laughing at?
Or just put on a comedy show, and you know that whatever you do, you've got free laughs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. My God, that's a stand-up comedy. I mean, you could put any comedian, like put Artie Lang in there. He kills because he's good. You put him in there, he's going to come off like he's Chris Rock or something. You know, he ain't that good. But Jesus Christ, I mean, they laugh at any I mean, come on, look what's coming up next. I mean, they laugh during this crap. I mean,
that's a wrestling fan's sense of humor. It's so crazy, like I brought up before, because the contrast between UFC and WWE fans, it's just a completely different fan base. When you go to a wrestling show, you look at some of those people in that arena, and you're like, Jesus, man, yeah, that's a wrestling fan.